Hi, my name is Siu Hong Li, but you can call me Woody. I'm a 15-year-old Chinese boy. Before I came to live in Qatar, I was living in Hong Kong. I've been with the Chinese culture, traditions, and customs for all of my life. I always eat with chopsticks and a bowl of rice almost every meal. My parents are trying to work for more money to make me and my brother live better. It has always been like this since I was born. Not a very interesting life, is it? But one day, my dad told me that we'll all be moving to Qatar because he has got a job there which will make us live better. He told us that we will be living in a much bigger house and we won't have that much stress studying. The first thing that came to my mind was terrorists. The Middle East people are all terrorists. I thought the country was going to have Muslims holding guns and bombs trying to kill everyone. There is also another problem that I had in mind. English. English is an international language. All the schools in my country teach us even when we are in kindergarten. However, there aren't any opportunities for us to be using it in our lives in Hong Kong. A few months before I moved to Qatar, my parents had me work with a tutor who can help me better with speaking, writing, grammar, vocabulary, all kinds of things that are in English. This did not help me that much because it was in such a short time, but it was worth a try. At least I might be better than my grade level back in Hong Kong. When I was on the way to Qatar, I got all kinds of mental images of me failing exams one after another. When I got into Qatar Academy, they put me down one grade level. They told me that my English wasn't good enough to be at grade 7. They also had me study in ESL. ESL is simply another English class, which will be studying a lower grade level of English. The teacher would also help us in English classes or homework that we don't understand. Trust me, it isn't an easy class. We have to learn vocabulary, take tests, write essays, spelling tests, reading practice, and there are still a lot more for us to do. At that time, I wish my English was perfect, so I wouldn't have to study it anymore. In these 3 years that I've been living in Qatar, I've noticed that I've changed. I've been able to speak English more fluently, which gives me more courage to talk in it. My grades also lift up because of my English. There are a lot of different nationalities of people who help me recognize the school because it is very big. My school back in Hong Kong doesn't even have a football field. It only has 2 outdoor basketball courts and that's about it. We just sit down in our own classroom for the entire day. However, after I sit down for a few hours on those wooden chairs, I feel pain coming from the bottom. After these 3 years, the ways I think about Qataris have completely changed. I now understand that when a group or one person is terrorist in our country, it doesn't mean that the whole country is full of them. Well, I still go back to my home city, Hong Kong, during summer and winter vacations. However, it doesn't feel like it's my home because of living here in Qatar. I have changed a lot by becoming a part of the Chinese diaspora. I speak, write, and think in English all the time now. When I go back to Hong Kong, I sometimes bite my tongue to try to change my language channel. Whenever I go back to Hong Kong, it reminds me of once living here and kinds of takes me back to my origins, Chinese.